Hello class and welcome to week 4. This week in our discussion we're going to be discussing what a peer-reviewed professional journal article is, what kind of publications that they're published in, and so forth. The reason I chose this discussion is because I found in the past that this is a major hurdle that people coming to college for the first time kind of have to step over. They have to kind of, there's a learning curve there. So I'm going to give you some hint about how to find them. I'm going to let you maybe explore, maybe do some Googling about, get on the web and Google professional journal article to see kind of what the qualities of a professional journal article are as compared to other publications. And I'd like to see what you come up with and your ideas about that. I'll probably be posting something later in the week that will help you along the way if that's not running smoothly, but that's something I want you all to be clear on. Not just for this class, but you'll be going on to writing a lot of research papers for other classes as well, and this information will be really useful for you. I recognize this class is unique in that many of you are not beginning students, so this may be a review for you, but it's important information. So what I'd like to do is kind of show you another thing you're going to be doing is submitting a professional journal article to me that relates to your topic that you chose, and by the end of the week. And so I would like to show you how to access them. As a Front Range student, you really are privileged, I think, to be able to find them so easily. So you can find them electronically, and they're free. If you come across any articles through any other means and you have to, they're asking you to pay for it, I would suggest don't do that, because there's probably many other articles available to you for free. So here's your big resource here right on the frontrange.edu page, and if you go over to this green menu bar here to campuses and just hover over campuses, you'll find that one of the drop downs is libraries. Just go to libraries. Some of you probably are familiar with this, but it's really worth going over for people who aren't. You'll see the second bullet here at, under College Hill Library at Westminster campus, and you may have to put your student ID in. I already did that, so I think you need to put your student ID in order to access this, and then you'll want to choose Westminster campus. That's probably the best way to go with that, and it'll take you to this page. And the second bullet down is called Research Databases. Click on that, and you come up with this menu of journal and magazine articles, or EBSCO databases. They have several different search engines that you can use. For most of you, I would say probably the psychology and behavioral sciences is going to be the most useful to you. So you can use other databases, and you might find similar articles, but this is a really good place to start for most of you, I think. So click on that, and then you come up with this search menu. So up here is where you would put your topic, and let me choose a topic that none of you have chosen here. Borderline personality disorder. Okay, just for fun. So you want to put your topic in there. If you have other words, other keywords that you would like to explore, you can put them in these other fields here. What you want to do is make sure that this full text box is checked. Usually the default is usually that it's checked, but I would just say check, make sure that's checked. And then you want to check peer reviewed. Okay, so I think one of the things you might be talking about in your discussion is, what does peer reviewed mean? because that's an important piece to finding a professional journal article. So you have these two things checked, scroll down, and then over in this left-hand corner, I think it's always handy to just check PDF full text. You want full text articles because otherwise you'll come up with a lot of abstracts, which are just a one paragraph summary of the whole article. You don't want that. You want to get into the whole article itself. The PDF full text makes it easy for you to download, print, and I do suggest that you print it for yourself because it's likely that your article is going to be kind of like a friend for a while until you get your paper written, as far as you're likely to have to read it more than once and refer to it a lot while you're writing your paper. So you click search and you come up with this these options. What I love about this library system is that it tells you right here that it is an academic journal. That's one of the things students struggle with most, is figuring out what's the difference between any publication and something that's published in an academic journal. So it tells you here it's already categorized as that. That sounds kind of like Greek to me. The title of this article, A Mediation on R in Ludwig Wittgenstein's Complex Sign, ARB. So I'm going to actually skip that because I'm thinking I might need some background in that to really understand it. But I think this next one kind of looks interesting. So you can scroll down, you'll see several different possibilities there. All of these are academic articles published in an academic journal. So, but this just sounds kind of interesting to me. Relative effects of maladaptive traits and anxiety mindset on borderline personality disorder symptoms. So rather than just click on that, you can click on PDF full text and that'll take you there. And then you have the option, you know, you can read through that and see if you think it's going to be something that you can use in your research paper and your research presentation. So some of the characteristics of a journal article is it is published in a journal, and usually the journal it's published in is up here at the top. Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology. It tells you the volume number, when it was, the year it was published, the page numbers that it's in the actual hard copy of the journal. This is the title. These are the authors, and you'll find that it's quite common for professional journal articles to have more than one. Not all of them do, but many of them are a collaborative effort, so they have more than one author. The next feature of a professional journal article is this abstract, this is called, and it's just a one paragraph summary of what the study was about, what the article's about, and what their conclusions were. And you can see that this article, particular article, oftentimes you'll find charts with statistical data in them from the data analysis. It's broken down, most of them, into sections where they give you the methods, the results, the discussion that interprets the results. And you can see they're usually quite lengthy. They'll all have a reference section as well, where they list everyone that they referred to and everyone that they made in-text citations on. These articles are usually a good example too of APA format and how to do that. So they're useful for that as well. So once you do that, you can let's go down here. You can see over here, you can easily print a copy for yourself. Print it two-sided to save some paper. Download it. You do want to download it because you're going to be submitting it through Dropbox to me so that I know you have that article, and that's the article, that's at least one of the articles that you are going to use to cite in your professional, in your research paper, in your written research project. You'll probably be citing it also in your presentation. So make sure you choose an article that you know you're going to use. Commit to using it before you choose it and put it in your Dropbox. You're not limited to finding just one article. You can collect as many as you think are going to be helpful to you. Don't collect so many that your paper is just going to be telling me just a tiny bit about each article, but I'd rather have a little bit more in depth of each. So I think, you know, 2 or maybe at the most 3 different articles would be sufficient for the scope of this assignment that you'll be doing. So hopefully that's helpful to you. Please email me any questions you have about it, and talk to each other in discussions. And I think that that's a good way to kind of sort this out.